Yo, what is up, man? It's your boy Damn D, and salute to KV and Corey Holcomb, man. I wanted to do a reaction to this, but I forgot about it. But I just did a video about Corey Holcomb, and Corey Holcomb saluted KB. So I'm going back and reacting to KB, giving his opinion and his thoughts about, Corey Holcomb, calling his daughter a B word. Now, I did a reaction to that when Corey Holcomb first did it, and I said I could understand where Corey Holcomb is coming from, but I just wouldn't have used the B word. You know what I mean? Regardless of people, your family, or whatever the case may be, if they misuse you, if they abuse you, if they disrespect you, if you feel like they're just taking advantage of you, and you give them so many opportunities, and they just, hey, I can understand, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to cut people off. That's the best thing for you to do, is to cut people off, even if they're your parents, even if they're your cousin or your kids. I don't have any kids, so, I can't say that I would, but I've never been in that position. So I don't know what Corey been through. It sounds like he been through some real crazy stuff with his daughter and his baby mama. So I can only imagine how that feels. Well, hopefully I'll never imagine how that feels. But KB know how that feels, and KB is gonna tell his side of the story of what he thinks about Corey Holcomb, calling his, a daughter a B word, and just how he can relate. He can understand where Corey Holcomb is coming from. He's not really, you know, uh, he ain't too fond of calling, of Corey Holcomb calling his calling his daughter B word, but he can still relate and understand where he's coming from. So this is KB's point of view.
But yeah, man, this one was a touchy subject for me because I agree with some of the things Corey said, because I know a lot of people gonna judge it from the outside looking in, and I probably wouldn't have got online and called my daughter all kind of B words and all that.
Right.
But I can't tell no other man how to respond, because I don't know the level of disrespect that he had to endure. Right. And I know a lot of people are like, what? He called a woman a bitch. He called his own daughter a black woman. Hey, that's not nothing to do with me. That's between him and his daughter. You don't know, like I said, you don't know how much disrespect this man had to take in this situation. Mm-hmm. In a normal situation, and here's what most guys that like to garner sympathy or garner, stay on that, in good graces with women. I love women. I want to stay in good graces with you too, but I will not lie to you. And so as a man, that is the most hurtful shit. I'm not going to be like these simp ass niggas that just tell you, I would never do this. I would never. No, the most hurtful thing in the world, even when you conceive a child in a situation where you don't really even know the broad, you still want that seed to be okay. Now, I ain't talking about the scrub ass niggas. We ain't talking about that. We talking about niggas, real men that want their kids to be okay. Even though we dealing with a fucked up raggedy mama, we still want our kids to be okay. And so that is the most hurtful thing in the world, when a woman uses her power for bad and to get her kid to hate her daddy. And y'all know we love hip hop, so don't get mad at me. This ain't the first time you heard this. Trick Daddy done got on the record and say, baby raised the hate of daddy, but I don't like my old sorry ass father. I try harder. He didn't say it was a good situation. He said he tried harder, meaning it's still a fucked up situation, because his woman is raising his baby to hate him as a daddy. See, we don't want to talk about that. See, my mama could have made me hate anybody. That's all I had was mama. My daddy was gone. So if my mama would have said, this person did me wrong, I don't like this person, then guess what? I don't like him either. And that's what y'all don't understand. Women have so much power that y'all don't even get it. Y'all can turn boys into killers. I didn't like nobody my mama didn't like. The fuck I look like when all I got is my mama. You think if my mama came in the house and said, this person did me wrong, you think I'm gonna go outside and say I like him? No, I'm gonna hate that motherfucker. My mama can make me jump on somebody, even if I'm gonna lose. That's my mama. That's what I'm supposed to do. So let's stop acting like we don't know that. So it's the hardest shit to deal with when you have a child with the mama's mindset that don't like you. That is the hardest thing to deal with. That's one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with in life. Going through goddamn being in a broken home. My mother and father was married, but going through all that shit, going through a homeless shelter, going through the cheese line, enduring all that shit, working at 14 years old while still going to school. Well, I wasn't going to school. That was summertime when I was 14, but working when I turned of age, 16 in high school. I worked all through high school, but none of that was harder than a woman turning my children against me. Kids that you've seen come out, kids that you want to see prosper, give them your game that got you successful. And we don't appreciate that. Some of these women, you ain't done a motherfucking thing but had a child by a nigga that's successful as fuck. Why would you deprive your child of the mindset of that man that made it successful? Why would you deprive he or she of that because they may then take on the mindset of that father and become just as successful, if not more.
Exactly.
Why would you take away that mindset? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying every woman is just sleeping with guys with money. And no, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying a lot of these situations, it's women just sleeping with guys for money. But if you look at the guy's accomplishments, why wouldn't you want that child to learn whatever it is that person did to become successful?
Facts.
It just don't make no sense. You play keep away with these kids, and then after you spend up all the money, don't nobody got nothing. Mm-hmm. And none of the kids got no knowledge, no game, no nothing, because you were playing a game this whole time. But that's the hardest thing I had to deal with. You know, putting your kid through private school, having people come up to you and say, you got the most respectful kids ever. And then having that same child, once you break up with the mama, having that same child look at you and question you and disrespect you. And then you go to the mama and say, hey, whoa, wait a minute now. We can't raise no disrespectful child. This ain't what we doing. And you go to the mama and you tell her, look, you got to get this kid in order. And she say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So she's basically encouraging a child to behave in a way disrespectful towards their father.
It's unfortunate.
It was wrote in theblast.com that I was a deadbeat father. This was written in theblast.com. And the young lady that I had the child with, it is so crazy because this young lady got 2 minks in her closet, courtesy of the kid. This woman got $81,000 ring from Erica Courtney, courtesy of the kid. This woman got a brand new car every other 2 years. BMW, Mercedes, drop top 650. Always had a Denali truck or an Xfinity truck. This woman lived on the back of a lake, courtesy of the kid.
But yet you a deadbeat.
But something ended up happening. What ended up happening is I got tired of a motherfucker not doing anything because I'm doing it all. And I wanted something different. And then I left said woman. And then somehow it gets in the newspaper that I'm a deadbeat father. And somehow it's not her fault. And so I hit her up and I said, well, okay, well, they didn't get the story from you. Okay, but why would you want an article like this to stand? Why would you not go public and go to theblast.com and say, wait a minute now, that's not who this man is. I just want to get something in writing because now we are no longer on the same page. So let me get something in writing so that we have, you know, if that's what you told me you were doing. But why not go to theblast.com and say, no. This man brought me a damn near $90,000 truck. This man brought me all kind of shit. This man brought me necklaces. I got $5,000 shoes in the closet. I got a $5,000 purse. I can't say that about this man. I got a $2,600 bracelet on my wrist. I can't talk about this man like this. This man paid for my college. This man is more than taking care of children. When my mama's house burned up, this man gave me $80,000 to help pay for my mama's house until the insurance money kicked in. This is not just no baby daddy. This nigga is something different. So I'm not going to let you say this about this nigga. But guess what, y'all? None of that happened.
She ain't do that.
None of that happened. She sat back and let theblast.com write in a newspaper that I'm a deadbeat father because I moved on, even though I paid the tuition at my daughter's private school. Not one.
Basically, because she still wanted her. I mean, she still wanted him probably, but he didn't want her. And now her feelings is hurt. And now, you know, she's out to get revenge in her way.
Yo.
You know, that's what a lot of women do. Just because it doesn't work out in a relationship, they don't want you to have access to your children, which is very unfortunate. Just because a relationship don't work doesn't mean that you should not give that man an opportunity to raise his child, you know. So there's a lot of women like that, unfortunately.
But somehow I was labeled a deadbeat father. And it's a believe all women. So automatically you're a deadbeat father. With all the things I've done, putting her through school, putting my kids through school, college fund money. So of course, when you're a real man, once you get in that courtroom, boy, you kick ass and you take motherfucking names. You don't give a fuck about no label. You don't give a fuck about no talking. You kick ass and take names. So much so that the judge scolded the other side by saying you categorically lied on this man. But see, men, you got to understand, this is a woman's world now. This ain't no man's world. This is a woman's world. So she had a black attorney and she's a black woman, and a white judge said, a white female judge scolded a black woman and said, you categorically lied on this man.
Wow.
And it's disgusting. In court. And I got the transcripts. Yeah, I paid for those. I want to make sure I stay on my P's and Q's because don't nobody call no geeky nigga like me no deadbeat. So I purchased the transcripts of every court case I was in. You can say whatever in the paper. And that's why I always say in real life, though.
In real life.
You can say what the fuck ever in the media, but in real life, though.
Fact.
And in real life, it made me learn that I'll never let nobody play with me again. Man, woman, child, I won't let you play with me. because they play with your reputation. And when they play with your reputation, people expect things to happen to you. People expect things to happen to you. They almost think it's okay when they play with your reputation like that. Because who wants to work with a deadbeat? Who wants to work with a bus? That's why I don't believe in no bullshit called believe all women. Because even the judge, when she found that out, there was no new print up in the paper. It's funny how I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, but I was in court in Atlanta. And she said she didn't mind driving 4 hours, but somehow we end up going over Zoom other than 2 times. So when I asked, I moved to court to Brunswick, I'm well respected down there. People know you, they know me, they know you lying. They see you having better cars than the lawyers and the judges down there. They know you lying. So no, we can't have court in our hometown where we conceive the kids. We have to have court up here in Atlanta, even though I have residence in both places, Glenn County and Fulton County. So we could have easily saved this woman a trip. And I would have gladly went home where everyone knows me and everyone knows my kids and everyone knows her and everyone seen the way she was stepping.
So there we go, man. I'm going to pause it right there. If y'all want to see the rest of the video, go watch KB's videos. Kwame Brown reacts to Corey Holcomb. Go check that out and check out the rest of his live stream. I just want to replay this. And basically, KB understands where he's coming from. But, he wouldn't. And me too. I agree with the, calling his daughter a B word, especially on the internet for thousands of people to see. That's the only thing just like, dang, you could have used another word. You know what I mean? Corey could have used another word, but that's how Corey is, But what's that saying? You eat the meat and spit out the bones, some people just so held on to him, calling his daughter a B word, which I mean, I can't lie, it is crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But once again, we don't know all the details. We don't know everything. But me personally, I wouldn't have called her a B word. And that's what KB's saying. But at the same time, you can still, understand where he's coming from. Thank God I haven't been in that situation, but I heard plenty of stories of, women like that, pretty much just making the man's life hell just because the relationship didn't work out. So now, since the relationship didn't work out, they want to try to ruin your life, instead of allowing you to be in that daughter's or in that child's life. It's unfortunate, man. But salute to KB. It's your boy Damn D signing out. Peace.